348-1007, 35192 to text me. I got a lot of feedback from the audience yesterday after a.k.a. Becky castigated me for not taking more callers. And the consensus among the people who hit me up was that they don't care that I don't take a lot of callers. Sometimes I will. Some days I will take a lot, and other days, we'll hit on something that generates a lot of people calling. And other days, it just doesn't happen. And either way is fine with me.
Let's open the phones. Call us and tell us what kind of luxury hotel that would be, something you carry food in that you'd want to stay in.
That's right.
Maybe like one of those reusable grocery bags.
Yeah.
What else could you carry food in? Tupperware?
In a canvas Whole Foods tote.
Ooh, there you go.
It doesn't seem structurally sound.
It just looks like it's not made of canvas.
Oh, I see what you mean.
The hotel or the building that looks like a basket isn't actually made out of like a wicker.
That's not a wicker
basket,
structure?
No.
That's not some industrial grade wicker?
No.
Oh, boy.
Wicker,
okay.
Please.
Well, there you go. I think that it would be a very interesting hotel to stay in because, like I said, the inside is going to look like any other hotel.
But then who cares? You're just stay inside another hotel.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, if you go to a place that has, people take pictures of the Sears Tower, whatever they call it now.
Then just drive by, get the picture, and then stay at a hotel that's near some stuff.
You could do that, yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, we were in upstate New York, and we stayed in a Holiday Inn that was called, like, the Holidome.
Okay.
And it had, like, a big dome, and that was cool because it was, like, it had, like, a pool and, like, kind of like a courtyard area. And then the dome was all glass. So something like that, I could understand people wanting to stay in.
A glass dome is cooler than a breadbasket hotel?
Yeah, because you can see the sky, and when it was
you
like
can
winter,
see the sky?
Because it's winter time, and you're like, oh,
so it's
like
covered
I'm
with
outside.
snow.
No, it was just cold out. And it stays warm, so the snow doesn't accumulate on it.
You can see the sky was the big selling point of this hotel? You can look out a window and see the sky. I can look out this window and see the sky.
But it felt like you were outside even in the wintertime. And I was probably more infatuated with the pool than the dome itself.
All right. Yeah. What if, when they whatever they do, what they're going to do with the Longaberger basket building,
open ceiling basket,
glass ceiling.
All right.
Right. What if they do that?
That'd be cool.
All right. Would you stay there then? It's a luxury hotel.
If they do a glass ceiling, I will stay on the top floor.
It's a luxury hotel.
I don't want the glass ceiling that is just looking up at the floor above me.
Oh, you don't want that.
You love pitching those.
Yeah, I do. Alan went to Toronto in the 8th grade and visited medieval times. It was the best time ever. Touched my first boob.
Ooh.
And I got them damn giant turkey legs. Bill needs to go.
Oh, yeah.
I've only been to the one.
Happen.
I haven't been to the one in Toronto. I've been to the one outside Chicago. And a couple people who have been to both told me that the one outside Chicago is better.
Okay.
It's about an hour longer to get you from here to Schaumburg, Illinois.
I'll probably fly out.
A quicker trip to Toronto, but, I
might make it like a birthday weekend thing, fly out to Chicago in February.
Yeah!
The best time to go to Chicago.
No domes out there, baby. That's right. It'll feel like you're outside, and you will be outside.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to make that more of a post-birthday trip.
Sure.
Chicago in February is not...
Well, it depends on how much of a man you are, Bill.
Not much of one.
Oh, okay. Then don't go then. Alan, I always pictured Poundcake.
Here we go.
As a skinny emo guy with medium-length black hair and piercings. Boy, was I wrong. That can't possibly be true. If you've listened to the show for more than 10 minutes, why would Poundcake evoke that image in your head? You never know what people on the radio look like, and you certainly didn't before the internet. You'd have to run into them in public or at an event or something, and now you can go online. We still run into people that go, I had no idea what you guys look like. Totally fine, right? Mm-hmm. But the information's much more readily accessible. But, boy, I would have never arrived at that conclusion.
Neither would I.
From Poundcake.
I get both sides of the spectrum. I get, oh, my gosh, I thought you were going to be tall, black, with an afro. And then
you are black.
Tall and black, and completely black, not mixed, black. With an afro, and then I get, I totally thought you were going to be some chubby, nerdy kid with glasses.
Well, that tells me that those people don't listen very frequently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because we've discussed that you're biracial
And that you're not chubby.
and that you're not chubby yet.
We talk about you eating snacks a lot, so I can see why that would send them in a direction of thinking you're somewhat chubby.
They're
And I don't mind that.
projecting onto you.
And my posture sitting in this chair is not great, so I'm always conscious on the camera. I'm like, I'm sure it looks like I have a beer gut, and I probably do sitting down, but standing up,
Everyone
I'm okay.
sitting down gets a little...
Yeah, none of us
Punch.
look good on these cameras, boy. It just looks like whatever. It is
Yeah.
what it is.
I saw somebody comment on one of the videos, and they were like, "Poundcake's down with the thickness." I was like, "Wow, dude, you're cool." Talking about how fat I looked. I was like, "Okay."
Well, but I mean, sometimes in pictures you look like you're getting a little bit of a pooch.
I know, but
Because you don't exercise.
It might just be a bad angle. But
Yeah, a lot of times
But you
it's
also
just a
don't
bad angle.
exercise. I understand. I'm just saying, but you don't exercise.
I don't exercise, but now I mean, like,
But the older you get, the more important that's gonna be.
all right, well, I'm not that old yet.
Okay, you're not far off. My metabolism basically hit the wall when I hit 30, and that's when I had to really start doing some things and stop doing some others.
I got 3 years. Let me have my 3 years.
All right. So you're going to go balls to the wall until you're 30, and then overnight you're going
No.
to just pick up some good habits?
No. Jason said he loved that. He said he doesn't crack up like that hard all the time, but he said that did it for him. The
Pound with the sickness.
The pound
Pound with the sickness
sickness.
is very good.
There you go. Alan, I went to Medieval Times in Toronto on a high school math club trip. Top that coolness. Yeah.
Pretty
We
cool.
are here
Did
with
you
the
touch
math
a boob?
club. Huh?
Did you touch a boob?
No,
Like
he's
the
in
other
math
guy?
club.
Yeah,
That should have
right.
answered itself.
Yeah, good point.
He didn't before that, and he might not have since. But yeah, I took my kids when they were younger to Medieval Times, like over Christmas. And boy, I had never been, and I've never gone back. Not necessarily by design. I'm sure when my daughter's a little bit older, we'll take her. But it was way more fun than I had anticipated. I was not looking forward to it.
Really?
I was like, because I remember the cable guy, and it's just,
Yeah.
I've never been a Renaissance fair guy. I just don't care about that stuff. But it's a lot of fun. Because you are eating mutton, and you are eating tomato soup. Now, I don't know if they've hippened the menu up since we're talking 8 years ago.
But and then it's the
And you're
show
eating
and
garlic
everything,
bread.
and you're having a good time.
Oh,
The food's good.
and Pepsi.
The atmosphere is good. The Pepsi is just like olden times.
They're serving it out of wineskins.
Ye old Pepsi.
Could I get some ye old Mountain Dew, please? Code red if you have it. Thank you. Some of that voodoo. Mountain Dew put out this like Halloween themed flavor called Voodoo, DEW. And they put it out very prematurely. Like it was around a month ago for a week. And
that
it was
was it?
pretty good, and
Yeah.
I haven't seen it since.
Probably sold
get it
out.
online. I was mixing my cereals last night. I got that All Together cereal that I bought
Oh, how'd that work out?
to benefit the Human Rights Commission or whatever it was. It was for charity. And I didn't read the fine print. It wasn't even fine print. I just was so excited to see it. Kellogg's was putting out these like rainbow-colored boxes for charity called All Together. And it was 6 of their cereals. And I thought that they were all mixed together. So I bought 2 boxes of the stuff. And then people started texting me immediately, who were smarter than I, and go, no, those are just big boxes that have 6 individual. Like when you go to the diner and they give you the little box of cereal, it has 6 of those. But on the cover of the box, the bowl has all the cereals mixed. So it's my fault that I didn't pay that close attention. So like last night, I go, well, I'm going to mix some of these
As you should.
because they give you Raisin Bran, Fruit Loops, Rice Krispies, Frosted Flakes, Mini Wheats, and something else.
I feel like if you're gonna mix
Like they
all
give you
those,
they give you the Kellogg staples. So I
Yeah.
mixed 3 of them,
Right.
and I had the other 3.
and if you mix 3 of them, isn't it going to be one of those things where whatever is the most powerful, like you have to work out the concoction just right, so you don't have one cereal that dominates the flavor of all the others.
Didn't put that much thought into it.
No,
I thought which ones are going
you
to
gotta
complement
find the proper pairing.
Right. Well, I tried to do that. I was just going to do 2, but I go, no. So I used Rice Krispies, Fruit Loops, and Frosted Flakes.
It's a very crunchy concoction right there. All crunch.
It is.
A lot of crunch. You're going to get the sugar pop from the Fruit Loops.
And the Frosted Flakes.
The Frosted Flakes.
Yeah.
So what that leaves you with Raisin Bran.
Raisin Bran, shredded mini wheats, and I forget what the third one is.
Oh, you can just mix those all together and throw them in the garbage.
Yeah, I poured them in a bowl, and then I threw the bowl in the garbage. I really did front load it because I was like, ooh, this is going to be good. And then I saw what was left on the counter. I go, that's not going to be so good.
I'm really surprised at you because you're usually the health conscious guy, and you don't want cereal that has too much sugar or the
like cereal.
Milk being too sugary, like it'll make your teeth rot.
Listen,
I'm really surprised at you.
If you pay attention, the one thing that Alan does like is a little bit of sugar
in cereal. That's
But that's
right.
a lot of sugar.
Not just in cereal. Of everyone that's on this show, he's the one that regularly drinks a Mountain Dew.
I have Mountain Dew, yeah.
Yeah, and then
treat yourself.
Yeah, so his sugar consumption, although not astronomically high, it's there.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably have a Mountain Dew, not every day, but pretty close. Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty close.
Out of all the junk food that like I enjoy and I eat on a regular basis, I feel like if I drank a Mountain Dew, my stomach would immediately turn into knots.
Listen, I understand why people have a hard time with it.
My stomach cannot process that.
It doesn't even fizz when you pour it. That's how sugary. Like you pour a Coke, it fizzes, right? Mountain Dew, it just comes out. So I get why people are like, "Oh, it's too sweet for me."
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready to whatever. Mm-hmm. No, but for me, I'm kind of like I try to do everything else right. But if I want to have a bowl of Lucky Charms on a Saturday morning, I'm gonna have a bowl of Lucky Charms. And by the way, these are little boxes of cereal. So out of those 3, you got like a full bowl of cereal.
Okay.
But I'm staring at those
Justify
other
it however
ones.
you want.
Oh, I will. I will justify it. It was for a good cause. That's why I bought those cereal boxes.
And then,
What was the cause again?
Huh?
What was the cause again?
It was called...
what was the cause again?
Oh, the cause. It was like the Human Rights Commission, or it was an LGBT thing.
Forget that.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
You don't have to do it. I'm just saying.
The only member of the LGBT here. I said, forget it.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm trying to be an ally.
And he's not.
And if...
he's a lone wolf.
If being an ally means that I buy some gay cereal, then so be it. What do you want from me?
He says, hey, why are you going down?
There you go. There's Poundcake, our little bull elk.
Come on now. I don't sound that bad.
You don't?
You're close.
Yeah, that's a terrible, terrible noise. That's what the audience hears sometimes when you're talking to them.
Not lately.
There you go. All I'm saying is, and Bill can attest to this, it's a lot easier to develop, exercise-wise, develop a couple of good habits. So when you really want to kick it in, you can, rather than going, I've eaten everything I've ever wanted, now I'm 30, and I'm going to start running every day. Like, man, that is hard to do.
Very hard, yes. But, whatever. You do it. The best day to start is today.
It's the first day of the rest of your life, as I understand it. I read on a poster.
But again, I don't want Poundcake to get like in really good shape because he would just be the worst.
But you've earned it. I don't have a problem with people who are posting themselves on Instagram with their abs. I'm like, you've earned that,
That's
literally.
fine for those people. But Poundcake.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Poundcake's different.
But again, he still earned it. I wouldn't want to hear
If
about
he earned it, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I'd be, but also.
That would be unbearable. It would almost just be unfair.
You would do the live stream without a shirt every day.
Absolutely. I totally would. And people would eat it up because I notice, like, I see my friends' Instagrams who's like, they're like fitness people. Like, they really enjoy working out. That's their life. They'll post a picture of them like, hey, spending the day with my mom. And they get like 14 likes. And then they're like, oh, back to the gym again. It's like 9,857 likes. I'm like, oh my God. So.
Well, get some abs. Get our live stream numbers up.
I'm working on it.
Cornflakes is the one I forgot. Thank you.
Cornflakes. Yeah,
so
you
what's
definitely
left
front-loaded that.
Raisin Bran, cornflakes, and shredded mini wheats.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you definitely front-loaded that.
I did. I was like, Alan, I've had 6 to 8 Mountain Dews a day for the last 15 years. No ill effects.
Yet.
Listen, better you than me is all. Yeah, somebody else is like, I used to work with a guy that had 12 to 15 cans of Mountain Dew a day, had all his teeth, and was a beanpole. Okay, I mean,
That's
again,
probably all he's eating.
if those are your two concerns, fine. But go see watch one of these documentaries about people in the Appalachia.
Where they got
It's called
dew mouth.
It's called Dew Mouth, where it's real hard to get anything other than soft drinks, and so that's all they drink all day long, and they don't have water or anything else. And so there's like a mobile dentist who drives around, some woman, who takes it upon herself. She's like a regional dentist who's like, I go by pro bono and try to help these people.
Ugh, dew mouth.
So I'm not worried about that.
I did have some cider the other day.
Yeah?
Cider season. Man, that stuff goes down easy.
It's so good.
Cider over apple juice all day long.
We went to an orchard a couple of weeks back, and we went home with 2 gallons of cider.
I love it.
And I've had to make a conscious effort to just not mainline it.
Yeah.
To guzzle it.
To guzzle it because it's
Go
so
straight
good
from it. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I made that mistake because
Straight from the jug.
my roommates did all the work. They were the ones outside carving pumpkins and they made a whole day of it, and they actually got some apple cider. And what I didn't know, I walked in there, I'm like, ooh, cider! I just poured a big old cup because I like my nice tall
cup of juice.
Tall
to
cup
calm
of
your
juice.
nerves, yeah.
And I pretty
Calm
much,
his nerves at an apple orchard. He's the only one who gets stressed out at the apple
I
orchard.
wasn't at the apple orchard, but like they brought the pumpkins home and they were carving them. And while they were outside doing that, I was inside pretty much emptying out the whole gallon of apple cider. And what I didn't know,
You were drinking all their cider?
yeah, they were making I think whiskey and apple cider or bourbon or
Sure,
something.
yeah, bourbon and cider.
That's what it was for. And they were like, well, we don't have any left. They were like, what happened?
You jerk.
I was like, I thought that was just for like normal consumption. I didn't know you guys were making like a drink with it.
You
And
don't ask
You didn't
before
ask anything? You
I
just
don't
started
ask.
drinking? Why?
I live there too.
But you live with other
But
people.
it's not your food, man.
If they drank
We
all
all
your
share.
cider, right? We all doesn't sound
what,
like it. They
what
come
did
back
you
and said,
share with them?
They
what
come back
did
in and
you
go,
add to
"What the hell
equation?
did you do?" Yeah.
well, I don't buy groceries.
Exactly.
So you share their groceries, is what you're saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they should mark it and say, hey,
We
this
all
is for
share.
You should ask, be like, hey, is this cider for
Yeah.
anything?
If it's in the fridge, it's fair game.
You should
No,
say,
it's not.
"Hey, as the person in the house who contributes nothing to the groceries, is it okay if I have some
I
of
contribute
this?"
money to the groceries.
You contribute money to the rent. You throw in
Which
an
goes
actual
into the groceries.
No, that pays for the mortgage.
Man, they fine. They good.
That's not the point.
The point is they had
You're not
they had
sharing.
a plan.
Yeah.
And you ruined the plan.
You don't ask. If they did that to you, you'd be flipping the F out.
Did you
they
go and
have
replace
done
it?
Somebody drank all my cider.
Did you go get more cider for them?
No.
Oh man, you're the worst.
They get other perks from me.
Like what?
Like yesterday, we went to Fatheads for Beer Week, and they drank all the Jameson they wanted, all the Fatheads that they wanted. It was fine. It was a good. It was
And
a
you
great
paid
time.
for it?
It was free.
So how did you get? You didn't contribute anything.
I gave them tickets.
I think they'd probably rather have you consult them before you drink their stuff and eat their food.
And Josh got floor seats to Celine Dion, so he also got that too. They get perks. Don't think that they're just getting out and they're just out something.
Yeah, but just
So
to
they-
be polite, next time they bring
Yeah,
something
you're trying
home,
to live in a
just say,
society,
hey,
man.
Is this for something?
So in your mind, you go, I can do whatever I want because every so often they get something free from me. Jesus, this guy. You're gonna find. Yeah, you drink my juice. You were on the floor with Celine
They're
Dion.
probably gonna make some of that delicious apple pie moonshine, and they couldn't because Poundcake drank all the cider.
I mean, they still
He's
had.
like, hey, what's the 3 X's mean? Is this porno drink?
porno drink.
Is this porno cider?
Thousands of families visit our Pick Your Own Apple Farm for their share of fall fun.
Located in the part of New York State that has Confederate flags.
Why pick apples? Well, just ask any of our satisfied customers.
I never picked apples before, but now I have. I had fun, I think.
It was cute. Far, but cute. A lot of bees.
I stepped in a gopher hole and broke my foot.
Great sketch.
Let me break here. I'll have those Blood Prison tickets for you out at the Mansfield Reformatory. Escape from Blood Prison through November the 3rd. So I'm going to get out there. I'll get you hooked up after. 35192 if you want to send a text.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio